Hi everybody, welcome to Arma 3, welcome to Normandy. Now you may be wondering, Rob, why are you wandering among these amazing looking German and American and British armoured vehicles in the French countryside? And the reason for that is that today something very exciting happened. In fact, that we've had some news that there will be very, very soon coming out an official cDLC, Creator DLC, about the Second World War. Now this is actually the IFA 3 mod, which is absolutely amazing, which contains these absolutely beautiful assets that you can use already, and I just can't wait to see what an official cDLC adds to it as well. In fact, well, we don't really need to guess about anything because we can jump across to the Arma 3 Creator DLC Spearhead 1944 official announcement from Bohemia Interactive. So let's read through this, let's whet our appetites about what is coming, and so we can get ready. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below this video to this post, because there is a nice little teaser video that you can watch that's very Band of Brothers, and this is what the words say. In this new Creator DLC, you'll be a part of the US First Army's advance as they attempt to break through the German lines. Take advantage of an array of US weaponry and equipment and traverse the fields and bocage of an all-new Normandy terrain. Spearhead 1944 will offer a 7-mission multiplayer co-op campaign, several official scenarios and game modes, and even more content creation opportunities with the Arma 3 scenario editor. Players will be introduced to the lesser-known Operation Cobra, taking place 7 weeks after D-Day, with the US First Army attempting to break through the German lines around Saint-Lô. The Creator DLC will deliver an immersive and historic military sandbox experience on a scale not seen before in Arma 3. Now that's a very important line there. On a scale not seen before in Arma 3. Now, if you've played the Prairie Fire Vietnam DLC, which is a historic military sandbox, that is pretty massive. I mean, that is absolutely huge, Prairie Fire. And they're saying, by putting that little sentence in there, that this is going to, well, be at least as good as that, at least as big as that. And if not, bigger, because it's in a scale not seen before in Arma 3. Wow. Key features of the Spearhead 1944 Creator DLC include Normandy terrain. Explore 150 square kilometres of unique terrain based on real locations and topography of northwest France. An immersive environment to play the campaign and run missions. The terrain features flowing rivers, an airstrip, the destroyed city of Saint-Lô, wooded areas filled with traditional French bocage, and much more. So they're like the really thick hedgerows that we had so much trouble with when we invaded Normandy. You can remember that the British and Americans had been practicing on the British countryside, the Hampshire countryside, where the hedgerows are much thinner and easier to get through, where you go to the bocage and there's these big, basically earth mounds in between the fields. It will feature new and unique buildings, ruins, objects and plants, as well as dug-in positions and light fortifications. Over 400 street signs aid players in navigating the vast road network. Explore the overgrown, well-defended landscape of Normandy, where every field is another potential bloody battle. 5 playable factions as civilians, featuring elements of the US Army, Free French and German forces, equipped with their own uniforms and gear. 50 plus weapons and grenades. Engage the enemy with detailed recreation of 1944 weaponry and a diverse arsenal of grenades and explosives. 40 plus vehicles and static weapons. Wage war in a range of transports and armoured vehicles such as the M18 Hellcat, Wolverine and Tiger 1. You'll also be supported by a number of static weapons, including trench variants, searchlights and mortars. Uniforms and other gear. Equip yourself with more than 200 uniform variants, 60 plus vest variants, 70 plus backpacks and 150 plus headgear variants, alongside a bunch of accessories. Multiplayer co-op campaign. 7 co-op missions, fully voiced and highly replayable for up to 24 players, inspired by the real events of Operation Cobra, revealing the significance to liberated Europe and covering key milestones such as the liberation of Saint-Gilles and the defence of Saint-Denis-le-Gaz. 6 multiplayer scenarios. Play 6 new scenarios in Arma 3's official Combat Patrol, Escape, Warlords and Zeus game modes, with various upgrades, additions, faction selection and automatic support for World War II mods. Because the beauty with Arma 3 is it's been out for so long, 10 years, that there is already a bunch of World War II content. I mean, you just saw the IFA3 mod, I think it's called. Just there, is it IFA3? Yeah, IFA3 mod, which is packed full of World War II stuff and World War II maps as well. Single-player co-op scenario Designast. Members of the French resistance were ordered by the SOE to eliminate Staatenführer Konrad Dentist Hoffmann at the occupied chateau near Normandy. So that's it. Now, don't be put off by the fact that they've only listed one single-player co-op scenario, because we had a similar thing with Prairie Fire when it first came out, and then the wonderful SOG AI mod responded to this to make the co-op campaign playable as a single player, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happens with these as well. US Faction Showcase, become familiar with the Allied arsenal and help push through Normandy during Operation Cobra. German Faction Showcase, build defences and assist the retreating forces. Sounds and effects, experience immersive audio designed to accurately reproduce the sounds of a World War II battlefield. Incoming projectiles, shell ricochets and interior hit sounds, plane flyby sounds, bullet cracks, explosions, call-in radio requests, and a desperation of surrendering soldiers, cries of the wounded and the dying. Music, a custom and atmospheric soundtrack specifically selected to transport you to 1944. Additional content. Spearhead 1944 is complemented by a number of modules and various objects to be used when the cDLC is loaded. These include custom systems to increase immersion, i.e. ambient war sounds, illumination flares, ordnance and artillery barrage, customs HUDs for vehicles, to expand gameplay and tactical options, enhanced revive, indirect fire support, surrendering. That's going to be cool, isn't it? Wonder what you have to marshal your captured soldiers. Bolt action rifles, extended reload animations, bayonets, open bolt hipfire, wall avoidance, realistic tank penetration, deflection and destruction. AI behaviour, i.e. revive for AI, targeting and weapons management in tanks by an AI gunner commander. I mean, that's going to be really, isn't it? Custom difficulty adjustment system and more. The Arma 3 Creator DLC Spearhead 1944 is scheduled for release later this year and will be priced at $17.99 USD at dollars or $14.99 GBP. Now that's significantly cheaper than Prairie Fire. Prairie Fire I think was £25. I could be wrong, but it was around about that price. The precise release date will be shared at a later time. To be notified of Spearhead's 1944's release, you can also add the cDLC to your Steam wishlist via the store page, so you want to go and do that now. In addition, on the day of the full release of cDLC, Heavy Ordnance Works, who are the devs working with BI, will publish a compatibility data pack for non-owners to the Arma 3 Steam Workshop. Subscribing to this workshop item will allow those who do not own Spearhead 1944 to still play on multiplayer servers that use the assets from the cDLC. It will also allow people to view the new Normandy terrain in Eden Editor in camera mode and inspect the assets in the arsenal in-game before purchasing. However, playing on the cDLC's premium Normandy terrain and access to the campaign and mission scenarios will remain exclusive to the owners of the DLC. Restriction on in-game use of cDLC assets by non-owners also apply. More information can be found on the community wiki. So that's a really clever way of that Arma makes it so that it doesn't lock out people who don't buy the DLC from community servers and custom servers that use some of the assets in it. And that's very, very important, I think. And it also means you can check it out before you buy it. Now, what is Creator DLC? Creator DLC is a label for original Arma 3 projects made by third-party developers and published by BI. This program enables external talent to earn a financial reward for their work, while players get to enjoy more new quality content. So far, 4 other Creator DLC projects have been released. Global Mobilization, Cold War Germany, which came out in April 2019. SOG Prairie Fire, May 2021. CSLA Iron Curtain, June 2021. And Western Sahara, November 2021. So, there we go. How absolutely exciting is this? Let's just jump back into IFA3 just to kind of immerse ourselves in what it's going to be like when we have new versions of, I guess, these models we're going to get. And what I really like, the fact that it looks like they're, well, and with Arma in general, it tends to be fully compatible with the different mods. So even if we don't have a new Panther model that is included with this new cDLC or a new 88mm model will be able to use the existing ones and import them and use them in scenarios and gameplay and stuff. Look, there's a Willys Jeep. There we got these. That's a Cromwell, isn't it? And Sherman tank. That DC3 in the background. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Great news. It's great that Arma 3 is continuing to be supported, and I think it reflects that realistic take that Bohemia Interactive have on it, in the fact that Arma 3 being out for 10 years and the sheer massive amount of content that has come out for that game means that I think Arma 3 is going to be around for a long time, and games like Arma Reforger and Arma 4, when it comes out, they're really going to be supplementary to it as well. So they're going to be there, and you're going to have this new engine that's probably going to look a bit better and going to be easier for modders to do stuff on it. But Arma 3 will be there because we're really going to be looking at the Arma platform, and that Arma platform is going to include Arma 2, Arma 3, Arma Reforger, Arma 4, and obviously then we'll probably get Daisy 2 as well. So absolutely fantastic. If this cDLC is half as good as the Prairie Fire DLC, we are going to be in for an incredible treat. Because what I tend to find is that the people who make these cDLCs are very passionate about their projects. They would have done it for free, and probably have done it for free anyway. It's probably some of the guys and girls that have worked on these sorts of mods have been involved in it, and now they're going to get a chance to have the full support of Bohemia Interactive to produce a really professional output for us to play on. So there we go. Hopefully you're excited. What do you think? Put your questions and comments down below. Nip over to Steam, make sure you wishlist the new cDLC, and of course I'll see you again soon.